What's up, everybody? Welcome back to some more DayZ. Boom, and we're good. Now, right before, we must have had a nice rain. I was gonna say right before I started this video, I got or I'm sorry, I heard a helicopter crash. I don't know where it crashed at though. So we got a nice full garden of pumpkins here. So whoever comes along can help themselves. I don't know where it crashed at. It sounded like it was near, but I don't see that thick smoke. Usually, you see like a thick smoke to tell you where the crash occurred, and it's nowhere near. So I heard it like it was near, but evidently it's not. Anyway, so put the okay, put the pot back. I'm not hungry, so I will put. I thought I filled the whole thing up. Maybe not. Maybe somebody came along and helped themselves. Let me gather some zucchini. I actually prefer the zucchini over the pumpkin, but the pumpkin takes up more space and it satiates you. But I just, prefer squash, zucchini, green squash. That's what that is. All right. Can I still? Nah, we gotta gather it. All right. Well, put that there. If anybody comes along and wants to fertilize it. All right. Let's keep on keeping on, shall we? All right. No convoy. Let's go. Going up the road. Okay. I need to fill. Do I? Okay, we're good. Got plenty of food. Actually, I need to add to. I need to add to the seed count that I have. Get some fresh, pristine zucchini seeds that'll increase your chances of getting good yielded plants. Did it automatically add it to the count? Oh no. We got 8. That's good. Pristine. And what that does. Uh-oh. It's another heli crash. But anyway, what it does is when you use pristine seeds, it increases your chances of getting good pristine vegetables and versus them rotting or dying out, right? So definitely you want to have pristine seeds, but any seeds is better than no seeds. Like I said, in this game, I always say beggars can't be choosers, right? So any seeds honestly will do. I always check this because sometimes the pickaxe will spawn. Pliers, so thank you. Although I think with the metal, the pot, and netting, I think you can make like a crab trap or fish trap or something. Something like that, where you just put the pot in and come back after, after a while, like 10 minutes or so, and then you'll catch the fish. I think duct tape and a bottle. Well, that's a silencer. Oh, I'm trying to think how to make a fish trap. I did it. I haven't done it in a while. I did it on Sakal. You can make a trap, and you trap like the baby shrimp or something like that. I didn't even know those were in the game. They may have added it with Sakal, but I wonder if you can catch like crabs or lobster or something like that. And yeah, no, my character's not plant based on Sakal. You can't be. It's like, it's a fertile soil, right? Long as the temperature allows it, you can grow things. Thing is, on Sakal, the winter map or the Arctic map, temperature doesn't allow it. So you almost have to be carnivore. Now you can look up and find random dried fruit, dried vegetable randomly, right? But as I said, don't bank on random fruit, random food. Always structure it. Okay? Hunt and hunt and forage for your food. All right? Hunt. Or, I don't think anyone's out here. I might go and see what we can get from that crash. Nobody way out here in the sticks. 53 players on this server. I'm telling you, ain't nobody way out here. Everybody's probably where we're going. There's a chance we may run into somebody. They're there, but I don't think nobody's way out here. I'm gonna run way over. Now, there may be infected at the helicopter. I'm heading in this direction anyway. Why the fudge not? Gonna head all the way around. Keep going. On Father's Road all the way around. I'm headed that way anyway. And then when I get there, I can just cut across and we'll see what we can find. Any straggling zombies, I'll just pick off with the deagle. It's got a silencer on it. That way we don't get bum rushed by any rural infected just wandering about. And like a 2 to 3 mile radius of the sound. Because they come out the woodwork. Which is why you don't really... That's why I didn't use shoddy on those zombies. Now a noob finally gets a nice brand new shotgun like this one. We'll probably go to town. Like that dude, I wouldn't do that. I think, what was the first episode? Or second episode? I heard gunshots coming from the area I was going to. Turns out he was at that train. And all you saw was like 5, 6 dead zombies that he done picked off with that thing with no silencer. See, I wouldn't do that. Either avoid it altogether, because it really isn't worth the time unless you're just trying to, I understand you want to get better. You hone your skills, right? Nothing wrong with that, honing your skills. But you really don't want to just, bother with it. It just tears up your clothes, which mess up your insulation, mess up your health. You have to use your resources to heal and things like that and prepare your clothes, blah, blah, blah. I'd rather just not deal with it. Just avoid it. Ton of zombies. Unless you're honing your skills. Like I said, nothing wrong with that. But you don't want to sit up there and waste ammo and then alert the whole lobby to your position, right? Not only zombies and then other players, because I heard it. Now, if I want to, I could have challenged them with this shotgun. I didn't because I couldn't remember last time I played. Did I have buckshot or slugs? I have slugs, so I could have challenged them. Just make my way up further. And the slugs, because slugs gives you the shotgun, especially when the barrel's long like this. There's no choke on it, but still. All right, so I'm gonna make my way up. I could probably get him with the knife. See, these rural areas up here, ain't nobody up here. Turned around. I don't want to chance it. He aggroes. They aggro. All right, they're way over there. Let's see what we can find. I think it had a sight on it. I want that sight. Put that sight on my deagle. I just need a battery for it. Marksman scope. Field jacket. I might go with that. See, I got more space with the field jacket. I know they nerfed the thing last year. You used to get like 42 slots. Now that's it's down to 24 now. Field jacket keeps you warm. Best insulation. Should I go with the field jacket? I want a darker one though. I gotta wait it out till we get to the where I'm going. Marksman scope. I don't want to spend too much time right here. Because you don't know who else. Drum mag. Lightweight buckstock and a drum mag. 9 slots. Shoot. I could carry that. AR. 546. 556 by 45. Oh shoot, drum mag. That is meta on the KA. I'm looking for KA assault boots. I already have them. Good on that. I don't need those. What's over here? CUU pants. NBC boots. What is these combat gloves? I already have them. And that's about it. I may switch to an AK if I find one. And we'll just drop it here. I don't have the thing on. I'm not gonna carry around the attachments. All right, let's go. Back to the road. Back to the road. Yeah. I mean, we got a sight out of it, right? Yeah, we need to get the batteries for it. That's what I need to do. All right. Back to the road. This is the right way. I'm heading this way anyway. I should have just cut straight here from there instead of trying to run back that way. Because eventually I was going to end up over here. See what I mean? See, this is a nice spot. See, ain't nobody out here. In these rural spots, even with almost a full lobby. 53 players in this lobby. 7 more, it'll be full. All we need is 7 more people, it'll be full lobby. Nobody's out here. You gotta have there are different routes you can take. Pick a route, you know. After you learn the map, honestly, the easiest, the coastline. Run up and down the coastline. Learn the outer perimeter. Learn it. You're gonna run the fresh spawns because that's the most popular place to spawn on the beach. You're gonna run the fresh spawns. That's okay, but learn it. That's how I learned start learning the map. Learn my routes. Coast, and then I said, let me look at the I Survive map. Wait a minute. If I'm in this town now, I can just cut straight up, and it'll lead me. It'll lead me to the center of the map. It's like, shoot, let's do it. And that's how I, developed this route. First, it was just the coastline, over and over. I said, let me follow this route all the way up, right? And I loved it. And there's I've tried other routes. I've gone other routes to get to the center of the map. I've done another one. Because you see, it's routes all over the place when you look at the map. So this isn't the end all be all. This is the end all be all for me. I feel like this is the best one. You literally just go straight up because you make a couple turns, but that's about it. And it's the least minimal. It's the least risk. Minimal risk, bro. I'll say that. I'm not running through hot zones, where players frequent. Only one is a military base right off the coast of the map. All right, so that's the only one. That's if you choose, though. You can keep going. Other than that, this route to me is the most minimal risk. Yes, it takes you to a rural area, but just make sure you got the plus sign, the heat buff. You're well hydrated. I cannot stress that enough. Make sure you are well fed and well hydrated. But it's a low risk that you're going to get sniped from these fields here. All right, low risk. I didn't say zero risk. I said low risk. Out of all all these seasons, I've been running this route. I don't think I've been sniped once. I can't remember. I've done so many episodes. I can't remember encountering PvP on this route. Now I have encountered people. I've seen people. Like one time it was raining real hard when I can't remember which season it was. And long-time viewers may know. Remember, he was way up there, almost near the town. And I lost him in the rain. And never found him. I don't know which way he went. It was raining. It was pouring. You guys remember that? And he disappeared into the rain. I never found him. See, there was no PvP. I've encountered people at BB Bop, that town. I was hunkering down at the apartment. I've seen people, right? I've encountered people at that police station at BB Bop, at the hospital. Now I might run a PvP at BB Bop a few times, but it's not to the point where I'm just dying over and over again. This is just a terrible route. It's still a minimum risk route. Me having PvP a few times is gonna up the risk score. All right. To me, it's still low risk. It's not something that's happening over and over and over and over and over again. To me, this is the best route to the center of the map. There's a million other ones, but to me, from my experience, this is the best one, and I'm not gonna change it. It's still minimal risk. Now it is a bit. Takes a bit to get there. You're gonna have to make a few pit stops. You can't keep going, but I recommend stopping. Warm up, get your heat buff up, stop, eat. Fuel up. Pretty much what you would do in reality when you're on a road trip. Or better, I tell you what's even better. You get there faster if you find a vehicle. Most of my episodes, I don't have a vehicle. It would have been nice to have that boat. Then I would take that boat all the way, all the way up there. All the way up to, well, at least I'd take the boat all the way to Kameka, dock it, take the spark plug, and go to do the rest on foot. Because, see, the boat can't come up central part of the map, right? I mean, it's a government. No fruit. Always check the trees, people. Oh, that tree over there looked like it was a person. Right? A boat can't come up here. So I just take it to that town of Kameka, get out, and or get out at not Electro, but the next big town, and go from there. Going from there. But that's if I spawn like at the top. Sometimes you spawn at like the northeastern side of the map. I will go to Chernogorsk. That's what it's called. Not Electro, Chernogorsk. That's the second biggest, I think. Second biggest city. 53 people. I don't want to get caught standing in the middle of the road. Ain't nothing there. So what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to hit the road. So when you come to this town, right? Okay, we still got, all right, I got 10 more minutes. I'll go to BB Bop and close it out. Sometimes I'll close the episode out here. Anything in there? No. Either hunker down in that house, plant a garden. Sometimes I hunker down in here. So many places to hunker down. I've hunkered down, I think, once over there. I'll go with the tactical shirt. I'll keep the tactical shirt. But if I come across a black field jacket, I'll swap it out. It goes better with the pants than the khaki, but oh well, See what I'm talking about? This makes no sense. I can't chop this up. Just sits there. Prop. The fudge would you have firewood as a prop? I keep saying it. It makes no sense. Having stuff just a survival sim. We need every survival tool and resource that the game's allowed us at our dispense. And it makes no sense that that resource isn't allowed other than you chopping down the tree just to make it more advanced. It's like if you want to make it advanced, just have it, okay, you can only farm a certain amount. That makes more sense, seeing as how that plays into the role of, okay, other players have come and farmed so much, it's gone. Like if you want to make it's a simulator. So you want to make a realistic approach, right? That makes perfect sense to do it that way. Okay, well, you can only farm so much. All right? You can only farm so much. It's there for to be farmed, but you can only farm so much. Okay, that's fine. If you want to limit it, And then we got the rest. We got to source from the trees because I know they made it now that if you don't use the can opener, you risk damaging the beans. Like it won't. If I use the hatch to open the beans, the food quality. See that white bar under the pot? You saw that white bar? The food quality. That's the food quality. The food quality. Well, the white bar under the pot is the water content. How much is in there? But under food items is going to be a white bar. That's the quality. It's going to be like 50% or 60% or something like that. Maybe 80% because it's bladed. But because I didn't use the can opener, you're never going to get the full amount. Even if you use a knife, it might be 80%. But if you want 100% food quality, you have to use the can opener. You see what I'm saying? They implemented that years ago. And I understand why they did that with the quality of life with that and like the leather kit and the duct tape. Like you could use duct tape years ago to fix pretty much everything in the game, almost, as far as clothing and But with that update, like I said with the can opener, they did that with the repair items with the sewing kits and the leather repair kits. It's like now you need leather repair kits to repair leather. You can't just use duct tape, and it makes perfect sense because that was defeating the purpose of the leather repair kits, just to have a roll of duct tape to repair everything. Well, why use the sewing kits in the leather repair kits? Well, the sewing kits other than to sew wounds closed, but you know what I mean. It was defeating the purpose. So I might as well just use the duct tape. But so they said, okay, we're gonna nuke that. So you can still use duct tape to repair certain things, but most things you have to use the appropriate tool. All right, makes perfect sense. So all I ask, and I'm sure someone else in the community, the same thing, is that we're able to resource firewood just sitting out in front of these houses. That makes sense. That makes no sense that they're sitting there and you can't do nothing with them. A prop? The fudge makes a resource, a prop, to just sit there and stare at you. You have a knife or a bladed weapon, you should be able to source it, especially a hatchet or an axe. I shouldn't have to chop down the tree when the firewood is right there. Well, defeat the purpose of chopping down the tree. Well, oh well then. If you got firewood all around, you can limit that. You can, okay, only a few houses that have firewood sitting up. Make a real world approach. All right. Again, that's another realistic approach. Only a few houses in a town, maybe, they want to really make it advance, will have the firewood sitting out in front of the house that you can farm. Because that makes it realistic. Like, okay, it's just post-apocalyptic, so everyone's already took the firewood. All right, everyone's already used it. Other survivors have come through and used it. Right, makes perfect sense. Like I said, it makes perfect sense. I can't get mad at that. You snooze, you lose type of thing, and that's perfectly fine in the post-apocalyptic. All right, we're almost there. Perfectly fine. Almost there. Look at this. You check these trees too, because these trees actually drop fruit. I didn't think they did. I thought they were fake, but they're not. They are not, people. All right, I'm probably gonna go up to the second level. Okay, I thought that was a red helmet. I saw something move. Players who frequent this is the last town before we get to this, and then see players will frequent that, and they'll go to the top of that factory over there and build a base. I did get sniped from that factory before. I will say that. But like I said, this route is still rated minimal risk to me. Do not care. It's still rated minimal risk. Anything. Sometimes there'll be a kitchen knife. I say sometimes there'll be 357 on the side there. In those these apartments. We're good. Sometimes there'll be jeans on the table. No jeans. Oh, anyway. All right, guys, I'm gonna stop you for today. Thanks for watching. My name is Raven from the Sky. If you enjoyed the episode, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, the series grow. Be sure to ring that notification bell so you don't miss an upload. Take care, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode. And as always, thanks for watching. Peace out.